So, hi everyone, and welcome again to a new lesson. Our lesson is entitled Environmental Issues. As you know, there are many environmental issues occurring each and every day. They are affecting our planet, the life of plants, animals, and therefore affecting our life and our health. So, we currently face many environmental challenges. To learn how to talk about these challenges, we will discuss today in this lesson together some of the most important environmental problems, and we suggest some solutions to protect or to save our planet. So, welcome back.
Hello, Miss.
So, my question is, what are most of the important environmental problems that you know?
Environmental problems. Oh, there are plenty of them, Miss, but
yes,
I can think
and I'm
about...
sure you know them. And by the way, I read your article about smoking.
Did you like it?
Perfect and excellent as
thank
usual.
You,
so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank
yes?
you. That gives me a lot of fuel.
Yes. So you can start now.
You are giving me a boost, a good start. Talking about the environment is a bit sad because the environment is suffering. There are plenty of problems, Miss. I can think about, for example, global warming.
Yes.
That's the problem of global warming. There's the problem of the depletion of the ozone layer. I can think about extinction of some animal species.
Okay.
I can think about maybe deforestation and pollution.
Pollution, maybe the word that summarizes all of them.
Yes,
it's the cause of... Yes. So, excellent. You're right. But let's see together this list of environmental problems. They are ordered from A to F, and they are illustrated by the pictures numbered from 1 to 6.
Okay.
So, you just have to match each environmental problem with its corresponding picture.
Okay, I will try, Miss. As far as global warming is concerned, I mentioned that word, Miss.
Yes.
I think it goes with picture 2.
It's already burning.
Yes, it's already burning. It's a very bad sign. Poor Mother Earth.
You can guess whether it's correct or not, but I won't give you my feedback now.
Okay. Endangered animals. Where can I see? Oh, I can see 2 bears. Polar bears. So I guess it's 3. So they are endangered animals.
Next one.
Air pollution. Oh, I think that's easy. It goes with 4. I can see lots of fumes from chimneys. Yes, factory chimneys. Yes. Deforestation. I think it's 6. I can see lots of trees being cut off.
Yes, lots.
So I guess it is 6, yes. Droughts or droughts.
Droughts. We check its pronunciation later on.
Okay. I think it has to do with dry weather. So lack of rain, maybe.
Yes,
so
or maybe. I should not give you my feedback.
So picture 1 in this case. And ocean inundates islands. I'm already left with picture 5.
With 1 picture.
Yes, so I guess F with 5.
Are you confident about your answer?
99.999% I am.
You should be, because they are correct.
Oh, thanks for the good news.
The first one is, yes, air pollution. You know, burning fossil fuels such as gas, coal, and oil releases carbon dioxide into the air and causes air pollution.
Air pollution. Endangered
animals. We also say threatened.
Threatened with extinction?
Yes, when a group of animals is about to disappear.
Oh, they are on the brink of extinction. You taught us this.
Yes, go extinct. Okay, extinction. We saw this word.
Yes.
Maybe mainly because they are losing their habitat.
Oh, I see. So they cannot reproduce.
They cannot.
I understand.
There is they don't find a place
Are
to
the
live.
Poor bears threatened as well?
And you see the melting of the ice.
Oh, I see. Yes, I see that.
Where are they going to live?
How sad.
Next.
Ocean inundates islands.
You may see the pronunciation symbols, the phonetic symbols. So inundates, inundation is the
noun. We saw a word with F.
This is when water floods.
Floods, that's the word.
An area of land.
It's spelled F-L-U-D-S?
F-L-O-O-W-O.
Like blood.
Yes, like blood.
Thank you, Miss.
So inundation is when water floods.
When the level of the ocean or the sea rises.
Maybe because of the melting of the ice.
I understand.
Caused by global warming. We see this later.
It's all chain.
Yes. Next, global warming.
Global warming, I mentioned
probably the biggest threat to our environment is the rise in the average temperature of the globe, causing it to become hotter. Deforestation. You guessed right.
I did.
Excellent. The more trees we cut, the less forests we will have.
Okay,
and
so the fewer forests.
Deserts grow bigger, spread and grow bigger. And we lose the trees, our source of oxygen.
That's
that cleans our
it's
air.
It's really a pity. It's really a pity.
And the last one, it was correct.
Droughts.
Droughts.
Ah, droughts,
sorry. You're confusing me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so droughts.
Droughts.
Yes, droughts. Okay. This is when there is no rainfall for a long time, or maybe there is no water available in a certain area, and then the lands becomes dry.
That's
and when the lands becomes dry, nothing can grow.
Yeah, water is life, miss.
Yes. When nothing can grow, so...
Without water.
Of course, we may be threatened by starvation or mass starvation in a particular area because people can't eat.
Yeah, many observers think that in the future we'll be speaking about water wars, not oil wars, because water is getting more and more scarce,
we have shortage,
less and less
available. So, as you see here, there is a relationship between this. What type of relationship we have between these pictures, or mainly these environmental problems?
I can see a chain of cause and effects, miss. I think that air pollution is the cause of the problem. It's air pollution that leads to global warming.
Excellent.
And of course, this leads to endangered animals.
Global warming leads to the melting of ice caps and the glaciers.
Oh, that's right. So this leads to...
And then we have the sea level rises. To inundate islands or coastal areas of certain...
So animals cannot survive.
Of course. Also wild animals may lose their habitat and go extinct because of deforestation.
That's right.
And global warming, also the dry weather will also be among the, or one
droughts
of the causes
are triggered
droughts.
By global warming, I see.
Yes.
Yeah, we are having weird weather conditions or climates.
Yes, and as you said, we are in like a vicious circle.
It is.
Okay, so a problem, we pollute, we have a problem, the problem leads to another problem, and we are trapped.
That's right.
That's why it is very important to act.
Yeah.
There should be something done to help our environment.
That's right. And I wish I could do something.
Yes, we should all do something to protect our planet, because this is going to affect our life.
That's right.
And our health.
That's right.
And my question now is, according to you,
whose
responsibility is to protect the environment?
Will you give me some options?
Governments.
Okay.
The public, factory owners maybe, Greenpeace activists or environmentalists. These are people who are engaged in protecting the environment. Maybe charity organization. So, sorry.
I think it's the responsibility of all those sides or all those factors. I mean, governments should play their role, and many of them are trying. Well, most of them are trying hard to protect the environment. The public, that is individual people, citizens like you and me, miss, have to be aware of the importance of protecting the environment throughout our daily activities.
Everywhere.
Our daily routines, yes. Factory owners, yes, many of them are looking for profit. They should also think about the environment.
Yes, maybe using filters.
That's right, yes. Yeah, they should care for the environment. Greenpeace activists and charity organizations, these people are most of the times volunteering their time, their energy, and
already they are doing a great effort.
Their efforts, exactly. So I think that it's the responsibility of everyone. Everyone should lend a hand to these efforts of saving the environment.
I totally agree with you. It's everyone's responsibility to protect our environment.
Definitely.
Now, as a member of the general public, you're not a factory owner or
no, I'm not.
Greenpeace activist. I don't know if you are taking part in any of a green organization or...
No, not really, no.
No, so you're a member of the general public. As a member of the general public, what would you do to protect our environment? Now, it'll help you. You can start with I would. So as a member of the general public, I would. And I will provide you with a set of pictures.
Thank you, miss.
I may help you.
You are making things easier for me.
Ideas.
Thank you for that.
So let's start with the first picture.
First picture. As a member of the public, I would reuse the things that I have or that I buy. I would try to reduce the amount of rubbish or trash and have it recycled into other products like plastic or paper, for example?
Yes, we'll check.
Okay. I would also plant trees. There is a National Tree Day, I think, in Tunisia.
In Tunisia, when it takes, when does it take? I think
it's in November,
place?
But I'm not sure about the date.
It's on the second Sunday of November.
Second Sunday of November. Yeah, people are encouraged to plant trees. Okay. So I would plant trees and encourage my relatives
planting
and
trees
friends.
Campaigns, for example.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, take part in those campaigns.
Next.
Campaigns with CA or CO, Miss?
With A.
CA campaigns.
It's not
Thank you, Miss.
Company or given company, so
I
it's
sometimes
campaigns,
confuse.
Yes, with an A. Next picture.
I would discourage cutting of trees. I know there is a word that can replace cutting of trees.
It starts with an L.
It starts
an L.
L.
L-O. No more. No more L.
No, I recognize the word because it's also used in internet jargon, logging.
That's
logging.
Well done. Yes.
So I would discourage logging, encourage laws that ban logging.
We'll see. Well, what about this picture? What can you see?
I would maybe save the amount of fuel when I drive. I'm not a driver yet.
You're close.
Yeah, I'm close. So maybe reduce the amount of fuel when I drive.
Next one.
Oh, that's easy.
You can read the words.
I would save energy, maybe save electricity, save water, save money. And that's how I can save the planet.
Of course. And the last one?
I would definitely not litter the streets.
Yes, not throw rubbish everywhere.
Right.
And by the way, we saw last time that it was unethical to
drop. It's unethical.
To drop litter in the street. Let's check if you guessed right, if it is
Hope
correct.
Hope so.
Yes, as a member of the general public, I would not drop litter in the street.
Okay.
I would reuse things as many times as possible and encourage the recycling of more products like paper, clothes, glass, plastic, etc.
Yeah, I mentioned that, Miss.
And you see, we call this
the 3 R's you taught us. Yes, thank you, Miss.
Reusing things. For example, you may opt or take a reusable shopping bag instead of a disposable ones.
That's right.
Reduce, you said, the amount of waste, but also you reduce the amount of things you buy.
That's
and
right.
You will save money. And of course, you recycle.
Okay.
I would encourage strict laws against logging, as you said, or cutting trees.
Cutting trees.
Maybe encourage strict laws to punish people who do so.
Yeah, many of them do it illegally and secretly.
Yes. Then I would plant trees.
Exactly.
I would save energy, exactly as you said, and I would opt for eco-driving.
I do not understand the last one, Miss.
We'll see it.
Okay.
Well, the two last solutions that are here are the two solutions we are going to focus on or we'll be dealing with in our lesson today.
The last two. We'll focus on the last two.
We'll focus on saving energy and eco-driving.
Eco-driving.
Let's start with eco-driving. What is eco-driving? Have you heard this term before?
No, but I'm going to guess. There is eco, so maybe it's driving economically or with respect to ecology and environment.
Yes, you're right. Eco stands for eco-friendly. So it's a driving that is friendly to the environment, that is good for our environment. And of course, it is economical.
I see.
Okay, by saving fuel, you save
money.
You save fuel and money. So
that's
it's economical both ways or both
that's
sides.
Right, Miss. Not many drivers respect that.
Yes. What is eco-driving? Let us explain.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes, the following paragraph already explains and defines what eco-driving is. You just have to complete it with words from the box. So can you please fill in the blanks with words from the box?
I will try.
And then you will understand, I think, what eco-driving is.
Okay. So eco-driving is a term used to describe the energy efficient use. When it's a noun, we say use, Miss.
Used.
When it's a verb, to use.
Yes.
Okay. Energy
I said yes instead of yes. Yes, of course.
Energy efficient use of vehicles. Okay.
Excellent.
It is a way of driving that is beneficial to both drivers and the environment. I felt I needed an adjective, a positive one.
Amazing performance,
Thank you, Miss.
usual.
Drivers should opt for this style as it reduces fuel consumption up to 10%. And consequently saves the eco-driver a lot of money. Eco-driving, thank you, Miss.
Great job.
I hope I will finish the rest of the paragraph without a mistake.
Eco-driving
is also friendly to the environment, simply because it cuts down the emissions of carbon dioxide, CO2.
Excellent. So far, so good. We just have the last one.
In conclusion, eco-driving is a smart, smooth and safe driving style at low engine speeds that helps you drive in greener, Miss?
Yes, to
comparative
be green
of green.
To go green.
Going green.
It's
that
not
is
to wear
nothing
green.
to do with green.
No.
Clothes.
If you go green, or if you are green, it means you are or you care about our environment.
I see.
And you are active in protecting
I hope I am green, although I don't look it.
Yes.
More economical and maybe stress-free way.
Well done.
Yes, we begin with a compound adjective and we finish with a compound adjective.
Yes. So I think it's clear what eco-driving is.
I understand now,
so
yes.
it's a way of driving.
I understand.
And it's beneficial as to both the drivers and to the environment. It saves
Absolutely.
money, it saves fuel, and we have less emission of carbon dioxide into the air.
So it's for the benefit of everybody.
Yes. Talking about air pollution. So why eco-driving? Why we are talking about eco-driving? We are not talking about factories or industry. Why eco-driving?
In relation to air pollution? Because of the traffic in the streets, because of the road transport, because road transport is responsible for pollution, especially air pollution. So I think that's the reason.
That's the reason. Now you will read and guess if you guessed right, if you have the right reason or not. So could you please read this paragraph?
Okay, I will. So, road transport, including cars, is responsible for a quota of all UK's carbon dioxide CO2 emissions. It also pollutes air in towns, cities, and around busy roads. How shocking. And consider this. Every year, around 32,000 people in the UK alone die prematurely, that is, as a result of poor air quality. 32,000 people die.
32,000 people in the UK die
every year
prematurely. Well, the underlined colored words, you have to try to guess their meaning from the context. I won't explain them now because you'll have a task on that. But
that's shocking, really.
Yes, as a result of poor air quality. So air pollution that is caused by road transport, by vehicle, is responsible for health problems. It even leads to death.
That's right.
So it's as dangerous as smoking. Remember that you said smoking already causes many diseases, dangerous diseases, and leads to death. And of course, poor air quality is responsible for death. And this is premature death. So we understand later on the meaning of this.
But the number is shocking. 32,000 people in the UK alone.
Yes. So we need to eco-drive.
Yes.
So there are eco-driving tips. Have you got any idea on the ways or the tips that a driver should adopt so that he can say, I am an eco-driver or I'm eco-driving?
I don't know, I'm going to improvise, so maybe he should drive slowly.
Okay.
Okay, he should also save the fuel, the amount of fuel he consumes. He should opt for less polluting means of transport like bicycles or walking. Maybe he should maintain the car. Maintenance is important. Some drivers use the air conditioner unnecessarily, so I think they should avoid that. Well, that's all that comes to my mind.
Okay, so let's put together some eco-driving tips that will help reduce your fuel usage, but more importantly, help you save money. Okay, so the first one, could you read, please?
Anticipate road conditions and drive smoothly, avoiding high speed and sharp acceleration. Driving at 85 miles per hour instead of 70 miles per hour uses 25% more fuel. I understand.
So, yes.
So we should drive smoothly.
I see the words. Try to guess.
I said maybe slowly.
I will help you. For example, if you keep a safe distance between the car that is in front of you, between your car and the car in front, this will help you prevent sharp acceleration and heavy braking, and it will enable you to have a smooth driving.
I understand.
Next step.
Use air conditioning sparingly. I mentioned this.
You mentioned something close to this.
Maybe sparingly means economically, maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Next one.
Switch off your engine when you're going to be stationary for more than a minute. I can see from the picture that we have to use the engine, switch it off the engine. Switch off the engine. When I am stopping for a short period of time?
We'll see. So according to you, stationary means stopping.
So we should not leave the engine on.
Okay. We'll see later on.
The picture helps, but we'll check later.
We'll check.
Use public transport or share your journeys, that is carpooling with neighbors or colleagues when possible. And I added using bicycles, for example.
Yes, if it is a short distance, you can walk or cycle. It's much more better.
Or animals now, they cause pollution themselves.
If you are just commuting to a faraway place, you can just use public transport or carpooling.
Carpooling in turns, yes.
Yes, with a colleague or a neighbor. And this is to make less vehicles in the road, and then less exhaust fumes, less carbon dioxide into the air. Next step is
service the car regularly and maintain the right tire pressure. I spoke about maintaining the car. Here we're speaking about the air pressure of the tires.
Maintaining your car is key.
Okay.
For an efficient driving.
The noun of maintain, miss?
Maintenance.
Maintenance.
Maintenance with an E after the T.
Maintenance.
And of course, you check your tire pressure before you start driving.
Sure.
Yes. And last tip.
Accessories such as roof racks, bike carriers and roof box significantly affect speed and reduce fuel efficiency. Remember to remove them when not in use. I can see from the picture.
Yes, the rack.
Yeah, the roof racks, which some people use if they are traveling long distance and they have got lots of luggage.
Yes.
Otherwise, they say it's not necessary
Yes, so do not carry any unnecessary weight. A heavy car is a less efficient car, so just leave things that you don't need to take with you at home. It's better for your driving.
Travel light.
Yes. Now you note all these colored and underlined words.
Yes.
We come to our task. You have all of them here in this column A.
Yes.
Just try to match each word with its meaning in column B.
Okay.
So we'll do them one by one so that you can take notes, dear pupil, you can write them and we correct them one by one. Yes, can you start?
Could you pronounce the first word for me, miss?
Prematurely.
Prematurely. They die prematurely. I think it goes with before the due time, so with E maybe.
Let's check.
I guessed right.
Yes, prematurely, before due time.
Okay.
It means air pollution is affecting life expectancy.
Yeah, 32,000
and it's a great number.
Yes,
it is a huge number. Only. So we have really to be to care about air quality.
That's right.
Next one.
Smoothly.
It appeared with, if you remember, the use of driving smoothly. It's the braking, the accelerating.
That's right. So maybe drive regularly and softly. Do not change the speeds every now and then.
Excellent. Okay. Yes, smoothly, regularly, softly.
Okay.
Smooth is the adjective.
Okay.
Next one.
Sparingly. I said economically.
It appeared with the use of
using the air conditioner. Okay. So it must go with prudently and cautiously. I'm not surprised.
That's great job.
Thank you.
Stationary is the adjective.
The adjective.
Yes.
Stationary, to be stationary. Thank you for the present. I saw it.
Oh, no, so I have to present it.
Not moving. Anyway, I was going to guess it right.
Yes, you have already guessed right.
But I didn't know that the noun is also station.
Station.
Okay.
And to station is the verb
Thank
also.
You. I confused stationary with A and with the one with E-R-Y.
Where?
Stationary, N-E-R-Y.
Stationaries, you're talking about maybe school supplies?
Yeah, we studied this in the 9th form.
Yes, no.
Yeah,
it's
buying
not,
school stationery.
These are school supplies, nothing to do, but
Thank you, miss.
Not moving, okay? Stopping.
Emission.
It's a word that you normally know.
Yes, it's a familiar word to me, but I have to check. Emission, discharge, outpouring, ejection.
Yes.
Well done. Okay, I'm encouraging myself.
To emit, to release.
To emit, to release.
Yes.
Okay. And I didn't see it. Do not worry, miss. You are so impatient. Efficiently, effectively, and well. I'm left with these words. And we are already familiar with them. Because
yes, it's a word that you already
you taught us these words at the beginning of the year.
Effectively, efficient.
Miss, what's the noun of efficient and efficiently?
Efficient? Efficiency.
Efficiency, okay, miss.
Efficiency. So, thanks to eco-driving, we can hopefully protect our environment by saving fuel and money. We can also ensure better results if we adopt other economical practices. And remember, at the beginning of the session, we said that we will focus on two main solutions in this lesson.
Eco-driving
and the second
saving
one,
energy.
Saving energy. It's another economical practice. Yes. How many people in your family make conscious effort to save energy?
My father and my mother.
Why? According to you, they are the only ones who care about...
Especially my father, because he's the one who's going to pay the bills. So he keeps nagging on us. Please make sure you turn off the light when you leave the room. And same for the water tap and that sort of things, and the air conditioner and the TV receiver, etc. So
is he caring about the bill or about the environment, or caring maybe about both of them?
About both of them with different proportions. I would say 70-30.
Some people...
Is that right, Dad? We will check.
Okay, so you already said that your father keeps nagging at you, switch off the light when you leave the room. So switching off the light when leaving the room is one of the tips on
it is it's an economical practice.
An economical practice, and it saves energy.
It does.
Can you remember other economical
I spoke about water, miss.
Tips?
I spoke about water.
Yes.
Sometimes we waste too much water unnecessarily. I mean, washing, for example. Washing the dishes, he tells my mother, you can use a dish rather than keep the water tap on all the time and the water flowing.
It's running.
Yeah, running, exactly. I sometimes make the remark to my father as well when he's shaving. I tell him, you keep the water tap.
The water running.
Yes. Yeah, running. So
and
yes,
we
water.
said that we have shortage or water scarcity. We're suffering from water scarcity, so it's important to save
So we need to show
water.
awareness of the need to save water.
Yes.
So water, electricity, the air conditioner in summer as well. The air conditioner
or central heating.
Central heating in winter, yes. We have to use those economically. We saw another word, economically or sparingly, miss?
Yes.
Sparingly.
Cautiously. Yes. Prudently.
Prudently, yes. Cautiously. Air conditioner, was central heating. These are the things that come to mind. Maybe fuel for drivers. Yes, so saving the amount of fuel we consume when we drive.
Okay, let's discover.
Okay.
So, the first one, could you read, please?
Yes. Turn your thermostat down by 1 degree. This cuts your heating bill by 10% and saves you around £40 per year.
So
that's
it's just
Britain.
1 degree, but it saves a lot of
the thermostat,
money.
I can see the picture.
Yes, you can see the picture. A thermostat, it's a device that regulates temperature.
I see.
So many devices are equipped with a thermostat. So just 1 degree can save a lot
and it cuts the bill.
Money. And the bill, could you read what is the bill?
Yeah, the bill is the request for payment of money owed for a service or the piece of paper on which it is written. It's never welcomed by my father.
And already you said my father keeps nagging because he pays the electricity bill.
I think he is showing symptoms of bill phobia.
So it's better. Most people, by the way, show this.
Yeah, that's right.
Especially when they have to pay a lot of money.
Yes.
Another one is...
always turn off the lights when you leave a room. As if my father were talking now.
And you see the pair of words?
But with a different intonation. A high tone.
How does he?
Always turn off the lights when you leave a room. How many times shall I keep saying this to you? Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Dad.
Most fathers do. So you see the pair of words, turn on or switch on. They are synonyms.
Yeah.
The antonym is to turn off or switch off.
I see.
Next is, you talked about water.
Yeah, fix leaking taps and make sure they are fully turned off. A dripping hot water tap wastes energy and water. So see, wasting water or saving water. Yeah. So these are a pair of antonyms.
I understand. But in this sentence, we have a pair of synonyms. So can you find two words that have the same meaning?
Just a second, miss. Maybe leaking and dripping. And I can see the picture. In the picture, I can see the
fallen
water tap
into drops.
Is dripping, yes.
You're absolutely right. So leaking or
so
dripping.
we have to turn it off fully, and sometimes if there is a leakage, we call the...
If there's problem in the water pipes, for example, we should call the...
I should call my uncle, no.
It's not your uncle. Unless your uncle is good at fixing pipes.
Actually, I know the word, miss, but I'm not sure about the pronunciation.
So, say it, please.
I'm not sure whether we say plumber or plumber.
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 The B is there, but it is silent.
I write it, but I don't pronounce it.
You write it with a B, but you don't pronounce it, so it's plumber.
Okay.
So you just make sure that it is fully turned.
I understand.
Or if it's the problem in the pipes or in the tap, you should call a plumber to fix it, so that you save water. Another economic practice to save energy is
replace ordinary light bulbs by energy-saving ones. Yeah, my father did that. Although he says that energy-saving bulbs are more expensive.
But they last longer.
They live longer, they live longer and they consume less electricity.
And they save a lot of electricity or a lot of energy.
And some people complain about the fact that the light is white. But actually there are now energy-saving bulbs that also give yellow color.
Yes. Another tip is...
don't leave appliances on standby or on charge unnecessarily.
First, an appliance is a device, a machine, especially an electrical
Could be a TV set, for example, or a TV receiver.
Yes.
A mobile phone.
Yes. And what do you think of this standby and recharging on or being on charge?
We do that. But yeah, I know it is a bad habit. It's a bad habit. Now, instead of using the remote control, we had better press the button on the TV set itself.
Yes, unplug
or on the TV receiver.
Yes, so that it saves electricity.
We don't do it, but we need to. It's a matter of laziness.
Yes. Never put your mobile phones on charge before going to bed.
To be honest, I do.
You do. So it takes the whole night, 7 to 8 hours charging and consuming energy, while it takes only 1 hour to be fully charged. So this is
I will keep your advice, miss.
So just put it the time it needs.
Yes.
And that way you save
When
energy.
I get home, I will tell my father I found someone who sympathizes with you 100%.
And I noticed that so many people just decide to put their mobile phones on charge just before going to bed.
That's right.
It is there a whole night. It doesn't need all this time to be charged, so it's a waste of energy. And that's all. So these are all the tips. And as you see, saving energy in the home or office need not be difficult or expensive. And it's not only good for people's pockets, as it saves money, it's also good for the environment.
That's right.
Now, please look at the word that is colored in blue. So
need not.
Yes, it's an expression, it's a modal verb.
I know
we use it to express when I say you need.
I know.
What do we express?
Yeah, when you tell me you needn't go or you need not go, it means it's not necessary for you to go. It means
it's not necessary for you to go.
Yes.
So here it is, the rule.
Okay,
need and needn't plus verb. Actually, needn't plus verb, we use it to express unnecessary action in the present, and need for necessary action in the present.
Thank you, miss.
So if we all did this, we would save energy and money, and we would help protect our environment. Remember, Lutfi, last lesson we saw a sentence that starts also with if.
We did. In the poem, miss?
In the poem. Can you remind me of the sentence?
Yeah.
Or that expression.
If you can do something, or if you can respect all these conditions, you will be a man.
You will be a man, my son. So if you can adopt all these attitudes, then you'll be a man, my son.
Yeah.
We have another condition, another sentence that starts with if. It states a condition without which the result in the main clause cannot be achieved. However, we have a different structure,
I noticed it's in the past, isn't it, miss?
Yes. What's the difference between last sentence, the one we saw in the previous lesson, and this one?
Last time we agreed that if plus simple present gives the future, it speaks about possible action in the present on the future.
Real action,
but here we have got
if
plus simple past, and it gives present conditional, that is would plus
verb. Would plus verb.
Yeah, I don't think it is real or possible.
Okay, let me help you. It says, if we all did this.
Actually, we don't all do it.
Yes. Do we all do this?
No, we do not all do it.
In fact, it's not real in the present.
Yes.
So we are not really doing it. We are not all
My father sometimes says, if I were a billionaire, I would spend my vacation in
fact,
Florida.
he is not a billionaire.
He is
and he
not,
cannot, at least now, spend his vacation in Florida. So there is a difference. The first one, as you said, expresses a real or possible action in the present. However, when you use if with the past verb, you have would plus bare infinitive in the main clause, then you talk about an unreal present or something that is not possible at least now in the present or in the future.
Okay.
So remember the rule, we have these two types of conditional, conditional type 1 and conditional type 2. Could you please introduce it to our pupils? Yes.
Okay. The two conditional types that you can see on the screen are the following. First, there's if plus present, and it gives a future, that is will plus base form of the verb. And this is conditional type 1. It refers to a possible situation or action in the present or in the future. As for the second type, and we already have an example on top of the screen, if plus simple past gives you would or wouldn't plus base form of the verb, but this is of course not type 1, this is type 2. And it does not refer to a possible action in the present or in the future. It rather refers to an unreal or unlikely or improbable situation in the present or in the future.
And these are not the only types. We have another type.
Yeah,
Do you remember
we
it?
saw another type.
So
we have to move
type
backward.
1, type 2, and
type 3.
Type 3. Yes.
Yes, if I follow the logical way of proceeding, then I should move from if plus simple present to if plus simple past, and then to if plus past perfect, miss.
Yes, so let's check.
Oh, okay.
Yes, conditional type 3. The structure is if plus past perfect. Then you have would plus have plus past participle of the verb.
I see.
And it expresses...
Miss, sorry, when you say past perfect, that is had or hadn't?
Had or hadn't plus past participle.
Okay,
plus past participle, sorry.
I see.
And of course you would have plus past participle. It expresses an unreal action in the past, a situation that did not happen. Sometimes it may be like regret. Yes. Like in conditional type 2, sometimes it feels like a hope. So if I were a billionaire,
yeah, it's
like
a wish. It's a wish. It's a wish.
Conditional type 3 sometimes expresses regret.
I see.
So an example, for example, if I hadn't been ill, I would have come to your party.
But I didn't come because I was ill.
I was ill and I didn't come to the party.
I remember, Miss, you told us about a way of keeping conditional type 3 without beginning with if. You said if I hadn't been ill. Could we use
yes,
inversion?
this is replacing if plus negative.
Okay.
You may have.
So instead of saying if I hadn't been ill, we can say hadn't I been ill?
No, of course there is a word that has the same meaning as if not. It replaces if not. We saw it together.
You refer to otherwise?
Yes. It starts with you, Anna.
Unless?
Unless.
Okay.
Unless
no, I had in mind
but not in this condition, because this is a condition.
Yeah, no, I had in mind using the inversion. That is, instead of saying if I hadn't been ill, we can get rid of if and begin with hadn't I been ill?
Yes, yes, of course.
Thank you.
This is if you want to, of course, to make the in.
Still, it's a reality in the past.
Yes, still something that did not take place in the past.
Okay,
we may regret it, or it just didn't happen.
Okay.
So these are our three types of conditional. And we almost, don't look at the paragraph now, we almost reached, anyway, if you want, I'll just go back. So we almost reached the end of our lesson. But see, there is another thing that I'd like to focus on, talking about all these environmental problems that are affecting our life.
Yes.
Certain studies have recently shown that natural disasters such as typhoons, hurricanes, etc., that these are normally natural. Certain studies show that they have triplet in the last 30 years. And many ecologists think that this is caused by pollution.
I see.
So according to certain ecologists, natural disasters are not only natural.
Are not 100% natural.
Yes, they may be man-made.
Partly man-made.
Or
triggered by
what
man's...
What do you think of this?
Well, I think that to some extent this is true. I mean, men's harmful activities have increased the risks of suffering from environmental problems. That's right. So they have contributed to those problems and have accelerated the damages caused to the environment?
Very good. Okay, let me explain. So these are natural disasters are things that happen.
Yes.
And they are natural. It means there is nothing we can really do to stop these. The problem is that the more we pollute, the more we destabilize our environment, means we have climate change, the higher the frequency and the grade of intensity of these disasters
That's right.
is.
That's
so
right,
now they happen faster, and when they happen, they create a lot more damage than in the past.
True.
So in a way, we are contributing to the intensity and the damage, the frequency of these disasters.
Okay.
And today we have an example of a natural disaster. It's an earthquake. So you can read the paragraph. It will give you an idea about an example, as I said, of a natural disaster.
Okay.
And also it tells you of the damage it can or it may create. The words on the box are just equivalents of the words that are
Okay, so I choose words from the box to complete.
Yes, you just put the equivalent of the word in front of it while reading your
Looks like
paragraph.
a piece of news on the radio or something?
Yes.
Okay. Shall I start?
Of course, please do.
So, about 500 homes were smashed away by floods after rain struck the east coast of Taiwan yesterday, bringing driving winds of up to 80 miles per hour. The typhoon flooded wide areas of Taiwan and crippled communications, crippled or maybe damaged
Yes.
communications and power supplies. All domestic flights were cancelled, annulled.
Okay.
And Taipei's international airport was closed for about 5 hours. Governments reported that 2 passengers' ferries had been sunk, but gave no details of casualties. What are casualties, Miss?
Victims.
Victims.
The people injured in an accident or in a disaster, we call them casualties or victims.
The work of emergency relief teams is being hampered or prevented by blocked roads and the loss of power and telephone communications in central regions. It will be some time before we hear the final casualty figures.
So let's check. Even if I'm sure that you have all of them are correct.
Okay.
So yes, and crippled or damaged. Next word were cancelled. Annulled, but we can also say
called off.
So there's a mistake here. Yes, it should be called off.
We saw it at the beginning of it's a phrasal verb, Miss.
Yes, we just have repeated the same word.
No problem.
Called off or annulled, so it's not cancelled.
So it's annulled or called off or cancelled. Okay.
Cancelled.
So, sorry, Miss. So put off is different from called off?
Yes, it's different. It's to delay, to postpone.
To delay, okay.
It's not to annul.
I see.
And the last one is hampered. As you guessed, it's correct. Prevented. You hamper, you prevent something from happening.
Yeah, you make it hard.
Yes.
Right.
So,
could we say hinder, for example?
Yes, hinder? Yes. It's the same meaning.
Thank
to hinder, to prevent, to hamper, to just prevent something from happening. That's all for today. That's all as far as the lesson is
No writing
concerned.
assignment?
No, there is a writing assignment.
I thought I was relieved of the writing.
There is always a homework. So the lesson is over, but we have, of course...
no problem. Your writing assignments are always enjoyable.
But before the writing assignment, let's look at this
protect
picture.
our planet.
We should really save our planet. We should really act wisely, and it's high time we start really caring about our environment, because if we look at the time we spend outside, we spend most of our time outside, so for someone who works, he leaves home at 8, he maybe comes back at 8 or 6. So most of his life, he spent it outside the home. So if you care about the cleanliness of your home, the environment is there where you live most of your life should be clean. And nowadays with the lockdowns, so people, lockdowns are everywhere. And while people are worried about lockdowns, our planet is healing itself.
That's right. That's one of the few advantages of,
so it's
the coronavirus crisis.
It's getting rid of our pollution, of our problems.
Yes.
So please care for this environment, because it's affecting our life and the life of future generations. We come to the homework.
Okay.
But it's easier today.
Thank you, Miss, for being so kind to me. Let me see.
So you have guided writing. It's an example of a guided writing, similar to
we are used to this.
Yes,
it's the first task of the writing
appears
part.
in your test, the first one. This type of writing, already the information is provided or given.
Okay.
So you have information about
a natural disaster.
And you are going to use this information to write your paragraph. Could you please read the notes?
So, disaster, earthquake, magnitude 6.7 degrees on Richter scale, time 24 January 2020, place Sivris, I'm not sure about the pronunciation, it's a town in eastern Turkey. Damages, 36 people dead, 1,607 people hospitalized, that's a huge. We can say casualties, the word that we have just seen.
Yes.
The newly seen word.
Victims.
And 10 buildings collapsed. Yes.
So it created a lot of damage.
Yes.
Now, like all writing paragraphs, there are always criteria of evaluation.
That's
but it's easier in this paragraph because the information is already here. So when correcting this type of paragraph, there are two criteria of evaluations. The first part is the appropriate use of the information given, and the second one is language or language accuracy, using correct tense, correct grammar, and have correct language. So these are the two criteria that you should have in your paragraph. So please write and use this information in a good way, and eager to read your paragraphs when I see you soon in the classroom. That's all for today's lesson. I hope it was enjoyable. Eager to read also your paragraph, so you read it quickly.
Of course, I will.
And we come to the end of our lesson. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.